Hey guys, this video is going to talk about clarinet hand position. Alright, so when you get your clarinet all put together, like we did on the previous video, it's really important that we hold it the proper way. Okay, now this year we're going to do something different. We're going to use the right hand to hold this thumb key. Okay, this thumb hook in the back. All it's going to do is hold it. So we're not going to even worry about your right hand manipulating the clarinet for a while. We'll incorporate it obviously later, but to start out, we're just going to, hold it like that. Okay. Now your left hand, your fingers are going to correspond. These three fingers, 1, 2, 3, are going to correspond with the open holes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's where these three fingers go. Once again, these open holes, you'll notice the other holes are covered with the key. There are 3 open holes on the top. There's actually 3 open holes on the bottom. We're going to put them 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. Now, the back of the clarinet also has an open hole, and that's where your thumb will go. Not all the time, but when you have to utilize the thumb, then that is the key that you would press down. There's also this key that we'll get to later around Christmas time. But those are the 4 major holes that we're going to cover. 1, 2, 3, and the thumb hole right back here. Okay? Now, when you hold the clarinet, you don't necessarily press those down while you're playing it. You only press it down if that's the note that you want. So for instance, if the note calls for you to press just your first finger down and your thumb, your other 2 fingers, they don't press these down, they just kind of hover around those holes, and then when you need them, they're going to be right there. Okay? So proper hand position, you want to have your hand so like you're holding a can of Coke or a tennis ball. Okay, and if you look down the clarinet, you can see there's space in between. You see this space right in this area? A lot of clarinet players, when they first start out, they have their hand flat, and what that does is that opens up keys that you don't want to open up, and then the correct note doesn't have any chance to come out. So make sure that you have good hand position. It's curved like you're holding an apple or a can of Coke, and they hover right over those open holes. Okay? The next thing to remember is when you press these keys down, you need to cover the holes all the way. So you kind of need to press down on them tight. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but I pressed them down so tight that it made rings on my fingertips. Right in here. You see that? So if you didn't do that, or let's say if your hole is covered, if I'm trying to cover this hole and it's only covered that much, the right note's not going to come out. So it's important that you cover the holes, press down on the fingerprints of your fingers. Okay? And remember, if you press down on keys that you don't mean to press, you're kind of sabotaging yourself, and the right note doesn't have a chance to come out. These are usual culprits. Like even if you're holding it over here, you might lean it against something and open some keys. So just make sure that everything, your hand is only pressing down the keys that you mean to press down. And that's all for this video.